people that come before you. You know what I mean? Like, I know maybe it's a little smaller scale now, but whatever. It's still like, we try and think about, like, okay, how can we respect the people that wrote this song? How can we do it justice? But how can we make it our own, too?
Sure.
You know? And it's like, those parts that highlight our talent is how we make it our own, but we work on trying to get the soul and the, like, magic of the song. I don't know what the word would be, but, like, that's how we honor them. And then we put our
What are you
twist
saying
to
about
what it is.
Voodoo Child? Like, he's doing Jimi Hendrix justice
And
by,
Stevie Ray.
like, well, yes, Stevie Ray. Right.
More Stevie
But-
Ray.
No,
yeah,
Jimmy too.
his
Both of them.
more Stevie Ray. But, like, he's expressing his interpretation of what they did.
Yeah.
And, like,
I mean,
it's
like
a
paying
cool
homage
thing.
to
Yeah.
them, you know? Like,
And I mean,
when I'm playing, I'm like, am I doing Jamerson right?
Right.
In my mind.
Right.
and I feel like we like not even to like the huge bands that wrote the songs too. Like, it's like if we like if we're let me think about this. We take like advice. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yes, you do.
even if it's like Mike Nat or somebody saying, "Oh, you should do this differently" or whatever. Like,
you're listening to
yeah, we listen to the people that came before us. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on.
I can't get it.
Remember
It's
we
part-
did
it's
our
part of the habit
podcast
of
and
that.
we said every time we mention Russ's name we should drink or something. We should do that with Mike Nat with this crew.
You know what I mean though? Like, not even like I'll listen to all the old interviews and I'll like say we can do something different from what like whoever's on a podcast like
Yeah.
that wrote the song or whatever. Like, oh, I'll incorporate that in us and like that's on like a big scale, but even smaller scale. Like somebody's been playing around for a while. Like they say something like.
You listen to
Yeah, I'll listen.
No, I notice like when we're out, right? You really do take the time to have a conversation with some of these more seasoned players in our music community, and I think that that's so invaluable. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we also have been surrounded by so many good people while we were younger too to teach us the ropes, like all the people from Bethany and John. And
well,
both
let's
Johns
talk
and
about that.
Ken and
Who
this
would
and that.
you say
Like,
is your biggest musical inspiration?
like
That's a
Personally.
Personally?
You personally.
What kind are we talking about? Celebrity or
Mentor.
Anybody, it could be either. It's whoever, like when you think about, when you pick up the guitar,
I think about Ken Yoder.
you think about Ken Yoder.
Because he's the one who, taught me everything I know, and he's taught all of us a lot of stuff throughout this journey.
Ken Yoder from the band Soundwave.
Yes,
Yep.
from Soundwave.
was with him?
He's
yesterday.
like, he's just one of those people that like, I'm gonna hold. So
He's kind of like Jay, where he knows like
he knows everything.
all like random like
and he's
musical
he's
stuff.
gonna
You know what I
teach you
mean?
Yeah.
everything.
Ken
about
was
the
saying
band.
that to me at your show with you and Ava. About how he and Jason are so kind of in sync with their knowledge and taste in music.
Yeah.
Aww, you want a tissue?
No.
But no, Ken's
Ken
definitely
for you?
because Ken not only influenced my dad, but as we got older, he influenced us. And it's like,
Sure.
And he's always there to help us
too.
when we need it. Like when we played Screwballs, my mom couldn't come because I don't know
Cece was sick.
Cece was sick, whatever. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll be there."
Yeah.
Yeah, he left the shore for that.
Yeah. No, I meant recently, but he has done before. He did that before. I mean, when we played at Screwballs like not too long ago. my mom couldn't be there,
yeah.
And we called him the day up because we just got it. He was like, "Yeah, I'll be there."
And not only does
he's always
like,
there to
has he influenced
help
like
us.
music wise, it's all the other stuff too, like the sound and like like the etiquette of being a musician.
Your equipment.
The equipment, how to take care of it, how to store it. Well, it was a whole crew.
But that's
Whole
a
Bethany
very
crew. It
important.
was.
But
And they bred us since we were younger.
Yeah.
'Cause we'd
And
go
my
to those
mom,
practices.
too.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I
Because my mom, because we'd be in
I'm
those
gonna get there.
practices. My mom, my dad, John McCarthy, John Barrett, Ken, all the Bethany people, they taught us how to wrap the wires. We'd sit there and they'd be like, look, this is how you do it. You go this way, boom, boom, this way, and that's it. And then we would do it. And they'd be like, you did it wrong.
I don't know.
But, no,
I don't know how to do all that.
but that's how we saw it. And we saw it, and just as we got older, they've been there for us. And, Ken's been there for us. And
yeah.
they just teach us. They taught us that stuff. And it fell down to my dad and to us. And, keep
So
passing it on.
what about you? When you play the drums, what are you thinking of? Who's your biggest inspiration?
I would have to say Ringo on like a bigger scale. I mean, my grandpa helps me out a lot with anything I need all the time. I don't know. I don't know. It would be pop up.
So Ringo
Like
or
Ringo on the big
pop-up
scale,
chart.
pop up on the like the people I know scale.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I like music. It's what I do all the day, every day. Just listen, watch, whatever. So like anything I can pick up from watching videos or whatever, like I'll just take
Yeah.
it. You know, they're talking like when we go out or something, like talk to these people, like
Yeah.
I'll just absorb it because that's what I like. That's what I enjoy to do.
Yeah, you
You
really
enjoy-
are a student.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you say I'm cocky, but
I think we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree. That is
Really,
true.
raise your hand if you don't think that. Oh no, nobody.
nah. But I just like to listen to what people have to say
Yeah.
if they're trying to teach me something. You know what
I
I mean?
agree. Yeah, I think
Even if
that's
I already
awesome.
know it, this is like when I used to work at Vias, they would all tell me the same thing but different ways. So like
Pick up on the different
like
techniques.
they could be telling me the same thing, but maybe they say it in a different way that I never thought about.
Yeah.
Even if I already know what they're saying. You know what I mean?
But you know what else I love? And you do this all the time when we're out. If a band is playing a song that you don't know but you like it, I can tell because you'll look at me and go, "Who is this?"
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm like he's adding that to his little vault. And then next Monty show, I'm like,
There you go.
that's right. Who's your vocal inspiration?
Joe Montana.
Yeah, right. Ooh.
Not him. I'd probably say my mom.
Aww.
Get the card, Mom.
No,
They should know what's going on.
It's so funny. Because I feel like my mom always was singing,
Right.
and I feel like we sing in very different ways, and but she kind of brought, and my dad obviously, but they brought us around.
Your dad sing?
No, not
You don't want to hear that.
like them being in the church band and all that brought us around a lot of different voices and people who sang, who like my mom is classically trained, and I feel like she opened my eyes because I was like a sporty kid. I didn't want really like when I was little I loved music, but there was something like I could never do it because I just never felt like I feel like even confident enough to like step out and like enter that realm of stuff. But I always liked it, and like being there I'd always watch and see them, and it's like it was always so cool to see because like that was something that I never felt like comfortable to do. And like I feel like it's just cool now because if like I wasn't around them when I was a kid, like I wouldn't do this or know how to sing the way that I sing because it's like when you're a kid you're a sponge, you absorb everything that is around you. Like
Right.
We were
like-
around music like
yeah,
all the
all the
time.
time when we were
So
younger, like
There's
all the time.
those
So
were like
that definitely
Yeah.
contributes to like how well we play now.
Oh,
But also-
100%.
like my dad said, Saturdays, I'd be sleeping in my room. And
7 a.m. in the
7
freaking
a.m.
morning.
This guy has big ass speaker and he's blaring all this music out. And I run down the steps and I'm like pissed at my dad that he woke me up. But subconsciously,
He was
That-
programming you.
exactly, like programmed us in a way.
Subliminally.
But
Yeah.
it opened up so many avenues and doors and different genres and this and that.
Like we
We
feel
just,
like we
like, fell
loved
in
music,
love
but we
of
didn't
it.
even know that we loved music
Yeah.
because it was
Exactly,
always there. Like
Yeah.
like
It's
when
just
we're in
one
the
of those
car,
things.
it's like full volume, so
I don't know
loud,
how
like
people don't
like-
listen
like
to music.
dance
Wait,
parties
are
in
you
the
talking
car.
about each
Yeah,
other
remember that?
or the music?
No.
I've been in the car with you guys, and that's full value
Always.
too.
I'm
None of the
talking just
music.
in general, like good
She said
morning,
the
music
Crest minivan
blaring on the
party.
speaker, like always, like in the car, like we would always like
Always.
have it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
And it was
full
never,
volume. Then you go and
And hardly ever the
you
same.
meet other people and you're like around different families, like your friends, whatever. As you grow up, it's like, oh, not every family does this.
Right.
Like, not it's like,
Exactly.
oh,
Right?
Not
Yeah.
everyone. Like they like you don't realize what like you only know you're normal when you're younger and a kid. So it's like crazy because we didn't even realize how much we really like how much of a big part of our lives that was until until like
Like
see
now
how
looking
other ones,
back.
like looking back, you're like, wow, like that really was huge.
Yeah, that's what shaped you. I mean, I say that too. I don't remember a moment in my childhood where there was not music.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and different music. My mom loving Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. My father, you know, with Pink Floyd. Like I can remember being 2 years old and putting on my dad's headphones and listening to ELO.
That's so weird that you just said that.
Why?
Because he was going crazy about them last
Yeah,
time.
look.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
bring me down.
We're going.
Because
When is
Even
it?
in September.
Oh, we're going.
Ken's band was
Sorry,
playing
Mom.
that last night.
Yes.
He was going crazy.
Yes.
about that last night.
Yes.
That's crazy you said that.
No, you can. My mom will say, I'm too young for that.
She's an EL who?
Yeah, ew.
Oh, ew. I know TLC. Just kidding, Jay. I feel like your answer to who inspired you for bass, I know because I had you on the podcast before, and yes, it was your dad. And also, Jocko, right?
Yeah. But thinking of it, I owe a lot to my wife.
Oh.
She got me going. She got me
Papa
going.
making you.
Wait, no. Stop. I'm not trying to
Oh,
do
can you
this.
show that, please?
She,
Just come
she,
over
Yeah.
and frame for 1
Come
second.
here.
It's fine.
She,
Show that.
No, you come over.
she got me rolling, and my father-in-law, who
Aw.
practically forced me to play, and John McCarthy, John Barrett.
The Russ card.
Come on, man. Look at that.
We were trying to come up with a safe word for when he starts going because I don't have a hook to pull. I'm sorry.
McCarthy and Barrett and Ken because they took a chance on me. And I'm forever indebted to them guys. And they helped me become a, half-ass musician. But I love them for that. They're my, and, just the relationships that were there, but we had so many good times together playing. And they just accepted me in all my clunkers and just being scared
Yeah.
and Ken put a lot of time into me. And obviously with my kids, he just was. There's nobody like that crew. Nobody. Nobody can touch the Bethany crew
That's
ever.
awesome.
They can't touch them. It's just.
They can't touch this? That's
Go word. Almost can't contain myself.
I would say also just playing in like a lot of different environments. Like you take whoever you're playing with,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it's on you.
yeah.
Like playing with Mike and Mike Nat and Mike Yasich. Like,
Yeah.
We would be drunk with all
no,
these
I'm
references
just saying
like that.
because we play with them for
I
a
know,
jam or
yeah.
whatever. Like we take different, like even other
think
people
you learn
before.
from-
Like you just learn from other people
Uncle
how
Tom,
they
too.
do something.
Uncle Tom, I forgot.
Uncle Tom too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like how
Uncle
he
Tom.
would
Uncle
do
Tom.
something.
Uncle Tom.
Like he
Like,
told
he
me a
likes to-
story before. Like back in the day, for gigs they'd be in like all suits and like ties and stuff. But now like we just wear like whatever. Like it's like he tells
Bring
me all kinds
that
of stuff
back.
like that.
Can I?
Bring
You know
the
what I mean?
suit
Like
and tie
just
back.
like the more people you play with, the different like. I guess they don't. Like I guess it's not really influence, but it shows you just a
It
different.
is.
It pushes
It is.
you. It
It's a
pushes
new
you.
perspective.
Yeah, that's what
It's
it
a
is.
new
You see
perspective.
things
Yeah.
sometimes in different ways
Yeah.
on how
It's a
other
different
people.
light.
Do
If
stuff.
If I could say my Uncle Tom, I don't want to forget him. I can't forget him.
No,
He's
you can't.
just one of the greatest musicians ever.
He really
and
is.
I am biased. I have such good memories. Like 2:00 in the morning, 12-year-old kid. They just get done playing cards at the MSS. And my Dominic Butchie Venezzi will get this drum set. My cousin Tony Morione will get the keyboard, and then my dad will come up with the bass and Uncle Tom, and they would sit there till wee hours in the morning, 6:00, 7:00 in the morning playing music.
That's amazing.
And like I got the experience. And I was the only one there. Nobody
Yeah,
there. Just sitting
yeah.
in the hall watching.
Had a
these guys.
private audience.
It was so cool.
That's very cool.
And major influence on me. And he's pushed me. My Uncle Tom's pushed me into just trying to be great, man. Because he sees it and he'll do anything for my kids.
Oh, we will.
He just
He had fun when you guys when the
Blues
boys
Jam?
hosted our
Oh, yeah,
blues
yeah.
jam.
He
Yeah.
loves
He loves
just
it.
playing with, like,
Yeah.
just jamming with us. Like,
He's great.
he just, yeah.
You're not a half-ass musician.
You're not a half-ass musician. I'm going to tell you what.
You're a whole
He's
ass.
like
What I'm talking.
He's like 5 out of
And
10.
that is
Wait, I've been waiting to use it.
and you guys wanted him. That's all I gotta say.
Right.
Mike can say what he wants.
See?
I
I ain't scared.
mean, what I think is cool too is sort of having the seat that we've had, right? And Jay.
Right at the front of the bar at the Rib House. Mike's always standing right in front.
Right there, yeah.
Right.
Or
One of-
no, at the top or at Flip Paint, he literally
Sitting right
sat
in front.
on the
Yeah.
floor.
He did.
Can I pull up that picture?
He might have had.
Oh, it's my favorite
He
picture.
may have had a few drinks,
He
but
may
Yeah, you
have.
should make that the cover photo.
But what I mean is, like, I can remember you had played maybe
Up there.
there, no, up there,
Here.
up there.
And you can swipe.
Tell me if.
Oh yeah.
Can you
Yeah,
see?
right there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're good.
I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could see.
They
that.
got it. They got it.
There was
Yeah.
nobody on the dance floor. They looked a little lonely up there while they were playing.
It was
Yeah,
the end of the
yeah,
night.
yeah.
I mean, looking
Oh,
back.
that's a better one.
Shut up.
This is a better one, actually.
Thanking me for
No,
being
but-
an early fan.
But what I
You're
mean,
invited to girls' night.
yeah, exactly. But what I mean is watching. I can remember you had maybe played 4 times, and this was 3 years ago,
37
and we
seconds.
went to the Whip Paint to see Former Strangers, and Bill Bostic brings you up,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you and
That was
Bill
so cute.
had a little bit
In
of
the
a
Via's shirt.
in the VS
Right there.
shirt.
Yeah,
You
don't worry.
literally came right from work.
Yeah.
And you and Bill have a little guitar battle,
The
right?
bus is, Scooch goes,
Scooch goes.
hey, Chuck, I gotta take a leak, take the guitar.
He's like, I was sitting there next to him, I'm just like watching him play, because like I'm just like, wow, he's like great, you know. And then he just looked, he said, play guitar? I said, yeah. He said, you want to play? I said, oh, I don't know if I'm up for that. He goes, I gotta go to the bathroom. You're playing. So he gives me the guitar. He says it's just G, whatever it is, and you just go down.
G and C.
I was like, all right, bet. So I start to get up there, and next thing you know, everybody starts noticing. Joe's like, Chuck's playing.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened. I was just putting like some licks in, and then me and Bill went back and forth, and it was really cool. And we just jammed
That was a
out.
great moment,
It was awesome,
though.
yeah.
That was a great moment. And then, I think the first time I saw you play with people that were not your DNA, was it when didn't Sidearm bring you up to play when we were down at the shore?
Yeah.
We did it. I was with them. I played.
Oh yeah,
at
you
the
did
Rib
at the Rib
too.
House. Yeah,
I don't know.
it was you in Dallas, I think, right?
Yeah.
That was what.
But
But
at
then
the
down
beach,
the
yeah.
shore too,
Yeah.
and then they brought you up,
That
and
was
you were
cool.
like, okay.
Okay, let me just steal the stage.
Let me just show all of the people at wherever we were. Where were we?
Yesterday.
Yesterday's, yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Fun.
Thanks,
That's why
Dave.
I was here.
I know.
Was it?
Literally. Yeah, you did say that. You were like, I can't. We were like, get up there now.
And then ends up killing back away.
And then you killed it. Yeah.
Just like all the same.
So before we got started, you guys all picked out your favorite records. So let's do that. Let's
All right,
talk
so
about that. So who's
We'll go over
first?
there.
Mikayla's just good.
Yeah, these are mine.
You picked 2?
I picked 2 because they're my favorite.
You want to go first?
I didn't find a favorite, so I picked 2.
Let's just
Okay.
go with Mikayla then.
Yeah, go
Mikayla,
with
you first.
Mikayla.
Okay. So, we have Pearl by Janis Joplin. Yeah, but I think.
And
you
why?
recognize it.
Why is that one of your
Why?
favorites?
Sounds brutal.
I love Janis Joplin's voice, and I think she is just such an icon. And I feel like I definitely when I listen to her, I like the. She has a very
Distinct tone.
distinct tone that I really admire, and I feel like I like to pull some stuff from her when I sing.
That's good.
And the next album I have is Let It Be by the Beatles. And this is one of my favorites because it's a classic, and I've been listening to this album since I was a youngin', and I feel like all of us could
That
relate to
one
this
Beatles
album.
greatest hits.
Yeah, I
with
feel
the
like
one.
Yeah.
the red
The
one.
the
That's-
red with the
Yeah.
yellow one.
That's
That's where
probably
it all
it.
started.
That's
right
my
there.
fault because you were just born and I played that every day.
But didn't you guys also play Beatles Rock Band?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'd
He was
Charles,
My
Charles ass.
my birthday gift, like when was that? Like
10th,
10th birthday party? How do you guys remember that? It was my gift. I don't.
You were
really
so
remember
hyped.
that.
You were
But
so
yeah, so it's
Good,
like
No way.
so that. But
I could
Grind
actually
that.
remember that.
That was such a great game. Such a great game.
What's your record?
Well, I don't have it with me because I kind of forgot to bring it with me. So
And
Have you-
because
have you-
we're a record store, we don't have it.
you don't have it because it's Weather Report. with
Did you
Jocko,
buy it
obviously.
here?
I actually did.
It
I actually
was.
did.
Yeah,
I
you
actually
You
did.
did.
I actually have it at home. I have the Jocko Pastor self-titled, and then Weather Report. Both of those records blew my mind. The Weather Report, in particular, knocked my socks off because my Uncle Tom. Quincy Jones did that back on the block, and it was Birdland was on there. I said, "Oh, you gotta hear the song Birdland. You would really like it." And then this.
Right, Jake, you
And
did.
it
What did you
goes,
say?
Jake goes, yeah, Quincy Jones did Sanford.
That's right. That's right.
What's it called? Jake, he's gonna go tell his dad that he's not
So-
there.
Okay.
I don't know.
So my uncle said, "Hold up, wait a second." He goes, doesn't say a word, brings a thing out, brings a record out in this red case. If it was, I hope I'm colorblind. He wipes it down, puts on here. You hear Jocko's bass. It was. He said, "Now this is Birdland." I was like, Right. I listened to that thing inside and out. That one changed, and I wasn't playing then, but that planted such a deep seed in me
Yeah.
that I had a nervous energy that I had to get this out of me. Every time I heard this, every time I listened to that record, Teen Town, Havana was on there. That Heavy Weather, that was a great record. That one
That is
changed my
good.
life.
That is a good.
That's a great
Great
record.
one.
What's yours?
This one, I put out. Albert King, I Want to Get Funky. I think it's more just about Albert King than it is really about the record. Even though there's great songs on this. I Want to Get Funky is good, and Crosscut Soul is great too. And then I Can't Hear Nothing But the Blues is great too.
That's a good one.
This shows his like versatility because there's a lot of different songs, and blues ain't easy to play, and it's like you speed up, slow down, it's just getting a feeling. But Albert King is just such like an influence, and he just plays so mean and so angry, and it's so hard to emulate him in a way because he was Albert King, and he paved the way for so many great blues guys, and like sometimes I just want to be like him in those big notes or big tone and loud and just like confident, and he was just a monster. When you listen to him, he just kicks your door, and you know it's him, and it's so simple, but it gets his message across. He's like, I'm a badass. I'm here. You're gonna listen to me. And he's Stevie Ray's biggest influence too. So if there's
Okay.
no him, there's no
Then there's
Stevie
no
Ray.
Stevie Ray,
Yeah,
and then
but,
there's no Char.
yeah,
True.
true. But I listened to him and Stevie Ray's In Session album too.
That's a great.
That's another one. That's
People probably don't know that you're like a blues player like that
Yeah,
at
dude.
heart.
How
Because
would
we
they
play
not?
all
How
rock.
would they not know that?
We play all rock. Like we
Bro,
never
yeah.
we never let Chuck go.
blues.
We can't go
Yeah.
all blues.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'll
Like,
tell you what. I've said this before.
maybe
the
back
night,
when we did Texas Flood, like then that's when you see it. But like,
yeah, but
people-
the night that you guys hosted the blues night, and it was you were on drums, you were up there, Dallas was up there, Quincy I think was there, Uncle Tom, you were up there, and Dan the harmonica guy, and I don't know, Dallas turned around and said something to you guys. I don't know what he said, but you all just
Yeah.
locked into a groove, and I was like, what in the hell is going on? I've been around music my whole life,
He was
but there was something in that moment, and I was like, I heard things that I heard you do things I had never heard you do. I heard you do things I had never heard you do. It was just such a cool moment
Yeah.
to just kind of watch that and witness that.
It's
blues is
all
all
from
about
these guys.
feel, man.
Yeah.
It's all
But you
about
like
feel.
if you don't pick up on what these guys did, then you're just not gonna get it right. Because it's like it's so particular. you know, and it's not just the music that's being played, it's what the music is about. You know?
Yeah.
There's a whole
It's the feeling
it's the
behind it.
feeling.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like those guys paid their dues, put their heart and soul into this music, and you know, they have so many problems, not problems, but so many hard times, and it's just like they they have
It's
to
like emotion
emulate,
based.
emulate
Like,
Yeah.
they play with their heart, like their soul. Like,
Exactly.
And
Absolutely.
that's why a lot of those guys would get ticked off when guys would go commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Like if they got a commercial pop song, like Freddie King, Albert King, B.B. King, Robert Cray.
They all cousins.
No, they're not.
No.
But they are the three kings of blues. But any of these guys, Muddy Waters, all these guys, they weren't happy about that.
Yeah.
Because these guys put a lot of time and effort into that.
And they
Like when
they
John
probably
Mayer, I
thought
remember
that
when
was
John
like
Mayer, he caught a lot of flack for going, and then he came
Yeah.
back because he does the Dead now. He's
Yeah.
with the Dead.
yeah.
So it's like, you know, he
Yeah.
got exonerated.
I have
He's
some-
like,
Mayer's good.
Off topic to say, like, you know
Yeah.
how we were saying earlier that we always, like, we respect people that came before us.
Yeah.
That's like a big thing in blues. Like younger blues players, if they get the chance to play with the older guy, like they're better than him or whatever the case is. Like they'll hold back to
Just respect.
like
Yeah.
respect the other guy. Like in that In Session video with Stevie, like he was really holding like
Timid.
Yeah,
He was
he was timid,
not playing his best. Like
but
and
he was
could.
also just happy to be there with.
Yeah,
his
like-
wife. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
There was a probably just a reciprocity about
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I think he was also a little scared because Albert King never liked anybody's playing except for Stevie.
yeah,
That's
that
true.
is a true
So-
story.
Really?
So
Jimmy Vaughn tells a story.
he
It's
tells
like,
a story, but like when they were at Antone's when he was younger,
yeah, Antone's a
Albert
place
King would
like
play there all the time, right? And you know, next thing you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan was catching flack when he was like 14, 15, you know, and he remembers saying like, let's hearing this guy say, let Stevie get up there, let Stevie get
it
up
was
there.
the guy that owns Antone.
Yeah,
It was Anton.
It was Antone. It was Antone.
Yeah.
And Albert King's like, who's Stevie? Who is this guy? Right?
Who's this kid?
Yeah, who's this kid? And next thing you know, he listens to him play, and he just like fell in love with him. And you
Like,
don't ever hear
I'm pretty
that.
sure
doesn't
what happened
happen.
was
It
like
doesn't happen. Yeah.
he like nobody asked to play with Albert King because
Right.
Albert
Yeah.
King didn't like anybody or whatever the deal was, and Stevie was like the one that was like trying to get the guy to go up to him and ask him, and at first Albert King was like, oh no, and then he's like, all right, let me see what
he got.
what he
kid
can
can-
do,
yeah.
and like I'm gonna try and like make Mike a point or whatever.
Humble
like,
as
he's
is.
like- And then you realize like, oh shit, like he's playing the same stuff that I could play, like, and then that's like a respect thing, and then they were like,
Close
They're
up.
pretty
like
good.
after
yeah,
that.
they were like, I don't know if they
Well,
were
that's a
close or
good
whatever, like,
segue into
even-
your
even-
album.
In the
Fact,
in session, they talk about
yeah,
that.
actually, he
Yeah,
does
they
tell the
talk
story.
about
Do
that.
they?
It's so cool.
He's
It's
like,
like,
who's Steve?
He said, who was Stevie?
That's a good.
So that's a good segue into
Oh,
your
shit.
album, right?
Yep, my album is family style. It's the one.
Oh,
This
yeah.
sun is brutal, man.
yeah,
There we
it's
go.
good. They got it.
There you go. Whatever.
It's golden hour.
Yeah.
It is.
Right in my face, like the whole time.
Thought you looked prettier than
Oh,
normal.
Thank you. Yeah, but that's my favorite because I mean I play with my brother.
What's your favorite child?
Not many people get to play with their brothers. I'll say that. Let alone I can play guitar too, so like sometimes we'll play that stuff or whatever. Like DFW, we played before together, like they do it. So, you know, it's unique that me and Chuck are able to do that. Like if we wanted to, we could do some like an album like that. Like we always talked about it as a joke, but like not as a joke, but like oh we should do it. But like not everybody gets that opportunity to
Just even play with
to
them.
play with, like not like some bands are like family bands. They don't even have like oh you play this, you play that. Like
Yeah.
us, we all play different instruments. But like I was like oh I'm gonna learn the guitar because I want to or whatever.
Wanted to be like me.
Oh yeah. But the point is like we both can play and jam or whatever.